Meet John and Lorraine, residents of Cumleybank, Edinburgh, a couple with some unusual neighbours. Lorraine, John, hi. This is your lovely house. You're in Edinburgh now. Would you like to tell the people the story that you have?
Yeah. Lorraine and I bought the house just on 18 months ago, and like everyone that buys a new house, we decided first couple of days we'll do a big spring clean. And it was a Sunday morning, and we're out in the street nice and early, and we thought we'd give the windows a good cleaning over. And been out there probably 20 minutes or so, working away, and a couple of kids walked past, and we didn't think nothing of it at first, but they stopped to talk to us. And we said, hello, how you going? And the usual sort of stuff. And I said to Lorraine, I'm going to go inside and grab a water, do you want a drink? And as I was coming out with drinks for my wife and Lorraine, I could hear Lorraine talking to the kids. And I thought, right, what they're talking about. And I caught them in the corner of my eyes. We come out this window here, and just as I come out the door here, they were gone. And Lorraine was like talking away to herself. I said, who are you talking to?
What did they see that day? Could they be the same children from the past? Were they local? Why were they there? So Lorraine, you were outside obviously talking to them, you've seen them. What did they look like?
Well, I was surprised how young they were actually. They looked, well, they were wearing quite light clothing.
What time of year was this?
This was maybe...
Late November-ish.
Yes, yeah, and that surprised us because it didn't seem appropriate for the weather.
Yeah, and the clothes were quite, I wouldn't say old-fashioned, but yeah, just dreary. At first we thought it was like an dressed up for a pantomime. It was sort of, where are they off to? And leather shoes and just sort of a Harris tweed sort of clothing. It was
so certainly not modern clothing.
It wasn't. It was stuff you see the local kids wearing, and just spoke to us. It was quite a broad accent. It was broad Scottish.
Well, that's what we're in the centre of Edinburgh. Was it Scottish accents? Was it accents that you recognised?
Yeah, it was quite real broad. It was, you could almost say sort of Scottish borders, country kind of real broad. I wouldn't say call it almost local accent, but it was unusual.
Yeah.
And they were interested in us because of our accents as well. And I think that, attracted them to us.
Well, did they know that it was an Australian accent, or were they just curious?
No, it was, sort of, once we started talking to us, they actually said, where are you from? You sound different to us.
Like they'd never heard that accent before. So they weren't fans of Neighbours?
No, you talk funny, mate. Yeah, sort of thing. But it was, they were quite fascinated in us. That's, as I said, I thought, I'm coming in to grab drinks. There's a couple of cans of soft drink, I'll take them out. And when I come out, they were just, I could just see them right there. And as I come out the door, Lorraine's talking, and I went, where are they? And Lorraine, she said, they're just here. They
Literally disappeared?
Yes.
Yeah,
vanished.
Yeah, and I looked up and down the street and I thought, they're probably going around the corner or something like that, or no, gone. Could not see them. And the street was dead quiet. There's nothing, no traffic, no foot traffic going past.
Mm-hmm.
It was quite eerie, to tell you the truth.
The children were friendly and happy to chat, but something didn't seem quite right. Why were they alone? Or were they lost? So John, Lorraine, we're outside now. I'm presuming this is where you saw the children. Can you describe what happened next?
As you know, I was inside getting drinks for myself and Lorraine, and I was coming up the stairwell. And as I came up the stairwell, I could capture the kids at the corner of my eye. I could hear Lorraine conversing, and as I came out the door, they weren't here anymore, and Lorraine was still talking as if she was conversing with the kids. And I said, where are they? And
I didn't understand what had happened.
Well, how did you feel about that?
Well, I think I was in shock because I really believed I was still talking to them, and it was only when John said, where are the children, I realised they weren't there anymore. And that's when we started looking up and down the street to see where they've gone.
And there was no sign of them?
No, not at all. We thought, they clearly weren't in the area. They weren't around us. They weren't behind a car or anything like that. They couldn't have moved that quick. You can't move from the corner of the window to me stepping out the door. It's a 3-second time frame. They weren't here.
According to local legend, the children had been seen before. Strangely, over several decades, in several locations, 2 children fitting the same description had been seen time and time again in North Edinburgh. So we're now in Inverleith Park in the centre of Edinburgh. There is a legend that these children have been seen several times before in Edinburgh. In the 1960s, a young girl seen them. In the 1970s, a boy seen them at the famous Fettes College, which is just a minute up the road. In the 1980s, there was a couple right at Inverleith Pond, which is just to my left hand side, who's seen these children as well. Were you ever aware of these legends?
No, we never sort of realised it was sort of a common thing, or a few people actually seen them. It was quite eerie.
It is. It is to think that other people have seen them as well, not just us, and we didn't imagine it.
Do the children still walk the path in Inverleith? Has anyone else seen them by the boating pond, Fettes School, or the long dark lane? We may never really know who the children, the things at the end of the road, really are.